Welcome to the Virtual Insanity Podcast. Please like and subscribe.
Click.
Welcome back, Virtual Insanity fam. Glad that you are joining us again. Anyway, watched a new film on Netflix.
Yeah.
I was really excited about it. I'd seen the trailer, I'd got the reminder, and it was Under Paris.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was excited because I liked Sharknado. And I was kind of like, this could be on those levels.
It's better.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, there's like, you've got to forget because it's dubbed.
Yeah.
It makes it not flow. It's that whole aspect of the emotions and stuff. You're like,
yeah,
you're just talking normally.
Yeah, it doesn't really come across properly.
Someone's just been munched, and you're like,
No. Anyway.
to get to the
Yeah.
this, and we need to stop the shot, and you're like, right, okay. But
Anyway.
as a whole, good film. But I couldn't wait because I'm obsessed with that style of movie, that creature feature. Like, one of my favourites was Alligator.
Okay.
And it's about someone that flushes down an alligator down the toilet, like baby, and it eats. So then there's like this little, like, when you're a kid, you just watch it for, there's a giant alligator in the sewer munching people, and it like breaks out, goes on tour around the town, goes for a swim in a lake, munches someone else, takes out these police officers' legs, and he's like, they pull him out of the boat onto the boat, and he's got no legs, and you're like, no! It goes to a wedding.
Yeah. Oh, well, fair enough.
Just marches through. Evil.
Does it go to the wedding?
Yeah.
And is it like...
There's a barbecue that just runs through.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like, when the Reverend is like, if there's anybody here
And it comes
that
in
sort
at
of
that
like
point.
doesn't want this wedding to go ahead, alligator turns up like,
I finished it. The vicar, they married you. Oh no, but see.
No, it basically comes. And guess what everyone does? They decide to jump into the swimming pool. But it's 100-foot alligator. Right?
why is it, what?
Yeah, this is the thing. So as a kid, you're just watching this. Then as you're older and you watch it again, it came out in like 1984 or something. And you watch it again, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, so people are getting the dogs nicked. And there's a character like Dennis Nedry.
Right.
He's the same sort of guy, but he's nicking the dogs, and he's giving this vet or like pharmaceutical something. They're and it's making them grow big.
Right.
So they dump them in the sewer. Baby alligator.
Munchy.
Gets the,
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that was amazing.
Click. I might give that a watch, because especially if it's in the 80s, I bet it's gory as hell.
There's a scene, and like it put me off jumping into swimming pools. So there's like a birthday party. This is when it's broke out and it's on its mission around town.
Yeah.
Just
Munch.
people and hiding and then munch. Anyway, it's a pirate party. So they're like, got this kid.
Oh, God.
And like they blindfold him. They're like, walk the plank. So it's all pitch dark in the garden. And then the mum flicks on the lights just as they're about to push him into the bright lights. This alligator just like, bam! This kid, the whole swimming pool. And you're like, oh, it makes the Jaws on the Lilo scene like tame.
Yeah.
Like really tame. Because it's just like, yeah, you just saw the Lilo pop and bit of blood. There was nothing major.
No.
You just... Yeah.
But saying that, it was like a Steven Spielberg feature film. I can imagine this alligator is probably a B movie.
Yeah. You see it fall,
like,
the kid falls
yeah.
into the... You're like... And it makes this ding noise. Like Jaws, the alligator had a song.
Okay.
Like, it was dead, like they'd play it and you'd be like, he's coming.
A little busting about something.
But then there's like that drop off bit where you're like, oh, like in Jaws where it's like, dun. It was like the same. So you're like, oh, he's not coming. But when he came, there was like a random like twing. No. Yeah.
Wow.
The Dennis Nedry guy gets taken out from behind. Like he's like
Standard.
trying to move the dogs. He stood there, and then the alligator, like you hear this ding, and his eyes pop out of the water, and you're like, yes, it's going down. I actually think is my favourite creature feature movie.
Okay.
Like, do you have any? Did you like that? Like, do you like that style of movie?
Yeah, I grew
Rogue
up on
Animals.
Yeah, I grew up on Rogue Animals. Piranha being probably the top one, really. Jaws, Lake Placid was another one.
Yeah.
Anaconda was
What a
another
film!
one.
Like,
there's one about a dog. I can't remember. It's a Stephen King novel.
Cujo?
The one
where it gets rabies.
that's bogged. Like, that's properly, yeah, I enjoy them. I kind of like the more monster side of the movies. So,
Yeah.
Godzilla for me. Every time. I love Godzilla. It's such a cool, it's such an awesome character, and it's kind of like, it's just a perfect example of a monster, and kind of what it stands for makes sense, and you can understand where it comes from and why it does what it does.
What's this about?
Because it's all a reflection on the nuclear bombs that dropped, which is why he looks so fucked up, because it's like
Attack. Radiation.
all the radiation and the burning and the absolute decimation. I watched the Godzilla -1. That honestly, that just it knocks all the American ones straight out of the water, like instantly. Like you watch that movie and it's just incredible. I kind of want to say perfection. I genuinely do, because it's got a great character. Sorry, it's a great story. The monster, the Godzilla, he looks great, and the way they've like set him up in the scene, so you get the scale of how big he is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look stupid.
So instead of that CGI
so well.
sort of like,
I mean, it is CGI, but they've done so well, and there's a little bit. I think it's in the trailer, so I don't mind sort of mentioning it. But he ends up with a mine in his mouth, and it shows you it for a quick second, and you just look at that one clip, and the detail is incredible, and how he looks is incredible. Like they've got him absolutely spot on.
Absolutely.
And when he powers up, and like you see the spikes on his back from his tail all the way up, they just sort of like shoot out and glow. And it gets to the top. Honestly, the noise it makes when he sends out the radiation on it. Honestly, wow. You just like, holy shit.
I'm gonna have to give that a watch then.
Honestly, I would recommend everybody to watch it. Genuinely, it is a fantastic movie, and I cannot wait for the next one, because there's definitely going to be a next one. There always is. You know what I mean? Well, it's made by Toho Company as well, who are the original creators of Godzilla. It's like they've watched all the American ones and gone, for fuck's sake, come here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's show you how it's really done. And they didn't have ultra millions to be spending on this movie. I think they had something like 50 million like to spend on the movie, and you just like, how have you done that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, properly good like movie. It's a proper good movie. Like, really enjoyable movie. It's, every single moment, there's nothing you watch. There's no boring bits, because everything that you're watching is needed for the future.
See,
You know what I mean?
I think that's like reminiscent how I felt this week when I watched the Romulus trailer.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, ooh, I need to see this.
Yeah, it's the first trailer I've seen for a long time where I've been genuinely like, okay, I can get down with this.
Yeah, I'm hoping the next trailer, if there's a final trailer, because there always is, doesn't...
I hope there isn't.
Yeah, I'd rather it be as it is.
Just leave it as is. That's it.
Or
No
the
more
final
trailers.
trailer, just the alien symbol coming up.
Yeah, or
And
just,
then
you know what?
Romulus.
Just don't even bother. Just
Yeah.
don't even bother with another trailer.
Yeah, like, I'm
Just-
sold now. I
Just,
want to get...
yeah, that's it. Just leave it at that, because that's how the first trailer, that's how the
Yeah.
original Alien trailer was like. It was just like, here you go, no more. And the intrigue it must have built up. I mean, I watched that. We've spoke about this before. I watched that original trailer, and even I'm like,
What is...
I want to see that movie
Yeah.
so bad. And I've seen that movie so many
Yeah.
times.
It's like this one brought back that... Wait a minute. Like we said earlier, like... what it's showing you, you don't hope it's...
I hope it's not just member berries
Hey, member ghost.
and just nostalgia upon nostalgia. Like, remember this, and again, you're getting a bit of that because you hear the sensor and you're already like, whoa, and you see the blue laser line and you're like, wee. You know what I
The
mean?
bit I really liked was the shining of the light.
Yeah,
And you see it and you're like,
yeah.
oh,
The
what is this scene gonna be like?
It does look really good. I just hope it lives up to the trailer, because so far the trailer is great. So
Yeah,
I really hope the movie lives up to that, and I really hope they haven't done what every other trailer does, modern trailer does, and that's show you all the best bits over 3 trailers,
and then
you go and watch the movie and you're just like, oh, I'm just watching the boring bits to connect the bits that were in the trailer. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and when you pay the money for the cinema and then that happens, you're like, I should have just waited.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, you have that. I want to demand my money back, but I can't because I've watched the film.
Yeah.
But I don't agree to pay that amount for that film because you've just shown me the trailer with dialogue.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like,
oh, there's that little bit of context that you need, but you've already worked out what's going to happen. It's the same with Spider-Man. You watch the trailers for the Spider-Man No Way Home with Doctor Strange and Jake Gyllenhaal and...
What? You know what I did?
and Andrew Garfield were also in it, and you can work it out. Like, you can work it out what's in the who's in the movie and what's in the movie, and you just know that both of the Spider-Men, the original Spider-Men, are going to be in it, because that's kind of the way Marvel's trying to go. And well, I suppose Sony, Marvel, just trying to bring that member berries, kind of like, we're still cool. Like, look, there's Jake Gyllenhaal. No, not Jake Gyllenhaal. Tobey Maguire. What? Holy shit.
See you, chump.
one for me. Whose idea was it in Batman and Robin? I know what the Batsuit needs. Nipples. Like, who in their right mind thought, you know what? It's missing nipples.
Fuck it, bat nipples.
Yeah. I'm just there like I watch it now and I'm like, why has he got nipples?
Yeah.
Like, he's not naked behind the suit.
No. It's strange.
It was just like...
They didn't even do anything.
No. And then Robin's got him when he's in his...
It's
and he's
like, at least make him do something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just have like little tasers behind him.
Or create a force field.
Yeah, just Just do something with the nipples. Don't just leave them bare.
What's that?
And probably more terrifying and scarier than most things. And that's it's like an organism, and it only comes about when you have a wee. So what this thing is you'll have a piss in the Amazon. I'm almost certain it's in the Amazon. You'll go for a piss like near the water or into the water, well, you know, and this organism will travel up your piss and embed itself in your Mr.
Yeah.
Johnson. There's also like certain fish will go for your private parts, which is just absolutely terrifying. But this thing is like a barbed, so it goes in and then you can't get it back out. Like you have to go and get it surgically removed. Yeah, so much more terrifying than.
What's that? How many series? There's only the few that I'm like, I enjoyed that. It ended well. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, I am never happy when a series ends ever. You know, when like as in the entire show ends. She's just like,
Why? Why?
But then you look at Simpsons and you go,
That's why.
yeah, like this is still going. I don't know how this is still going, but it's
still
still
watch it.
going. Yeah, I'll still watch it, and I'll still probably laugh at some of the bits, and
But also,
You know.
going, it's not the same.
yeah, it's not the same. And a lot of the people are like retiring now,
Yeah.
so you're getting new people
voices.
come in to do the voices, and they don't sound right, and you're just a bit like, oh, this isn't right.
Yeah, it's.
But then there's others like I quite like watching the Santa Clarita Diet with Drew
I
Barrymore.
really enjoyed that until
And
it got
they
ended.
just cancelled that, and I was
Yeah.
just like,
Why?
One for me that I was really like, when it ended, I was like, what? Just sorry. And then I got angry. And I started calculating in my head. I was like, an episode's an hour, 24 to 26 episodes a season. It's been on for 7 seasons or 6 seasons. I've wasted X amount of time in my life watching this TV show for that. Like, I have invested time
Yeah.
into. That's what you're going to give me.
yeah.
We were right from the first episode.
So yeah, speaking of which, yeah, Game of Thrones does that.
And it was just one of them, like, you're just there going, oh. And then every so often you think back to it, and you're like,
And you just get angry for no reason.
yeah, but
What was it, by the way?
Lost.
Yeah.
That was like, I think that's like the first TV show where I remember religiously, like,
I think everybody's on the same sort of like agreement with you. Just why? Why'd you do that? Why?
yeah, like, I literally watched it, and by the time, when I finished it, I remember staying up to watch the, like, 'cause it was like a live, all around the world, they were showing the final episode at the same
Yeah.
time. So I stayed up and watched it. And it ended, and I just went,
I am not happy with that.
I'm meant to get back to life after you've just done that.
yeah.
Like, where's the catch?
Yeah.
There's got to be a extra credit, like,
Yeah.
haha, we fooled you, tune in next week
Yeah.
for the real finale. Like, so like,
But nothing. Just
I was just like,
take it.
it already got shit at like season 4, but I persevered because at that point I was like, I'm invested, and they've said there's only going to be like, I think it was 6 seasons, maybe
Right.
7. I can't remember exactly. So it was always, you knew, so you're like, I'll put up with it. And then season 5 comes along, and you're like, I'll put up with it. I'm still going to tune in every week. Maybe it's gonna. Then season 6.
Just.
You're there going.
I've heard some crazy things.
I'm just there
Is that
going.
like an invisible polar bear or something?
No, there's a polar bear that is explained, but then there's an invisible smoke monster sort of thing. And then there's like the whole Jacob and stuff, and you're like, and the time travel, the Dharma Initiative, and the Hatch. Like, there's all this stuff going on. And you're there like... And then Penny and Desmond, and you're like...
I'm completely oblivious to any of this, to be honest.
And then there's time travel, and they leave the island, but then they want to go back. And then... At that point, you're there going, I have lost faith. And then they put that monstrosity of a finale out.
Yeah.
And I was just literally there like, well, that's 6 years, 24 weeks of 6 years. Like, what, 150 hours of my life I've lost to
this trash.
You could have just ended it after the second episode. You didn't need to give me that whole story. They died. Move on.
Is that what it was? Is that the whole
island
thing?
was like purgatory or something. It was their like best time in their life, or something or other. Like, it was some bullshit.
Right.
Like basically, I tuned out. It was that bad. I don't actually remember. It was just like,
sound.
You've ruined it. Off.
Yeah.
But I couldn't turn it off. So you're there and you're like, and you can feel your hand getting closer to the space bar or whatever, or the power button. And you're like, there's only 5 minutes left. Maybe, for the love of God. Credits go. You know what I mean? It's just like...
I know exactly what you mean, because Game of Thrones does that.
Exactly.
Season 8 should have been... It should have been Season 8 and Season 9. Genuinely. They should have gone for another season, 100%, because... what they did in Season 8 was an absolute abomination to the entirety of Game of Thrones. I'm gonna guess that they just invented teleportation just for this final series because they needed to get certain spaces within
matters of minutes.
Yeah, like, you know, you need to go there. But everybody knows that it takes an absolute age to get anywhere. Because you've seen it through the whole of all 7 seasons, how much of a ball ache it is to get anywhere. Yet these motherfuckers in Season 8 are just like, ping, ping, hi, ping, 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 ping. And you're like, hi. And then, like, from Season 1, you see this character just grow. Yeah. And he's just getting... sicker and like he's just turning out. You're just like, oh, this guy knows what he's about, you know what I mean? And like, he is coming to fuck all of you hard, like, and you're just getting like, we're so excited for the fact that like winter's coming. They make a whole thing about it. Winter's coming. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, winter's coming. That motherfucker's coming to fuck all of you individually. Do you know what I mean?
Winter doesn't come.
Winter comes in 3 seconds and then dies, and you're just like, what? Like the even now, I'm like, I'm genuinely. You're just like, really? You built him up for 7 seasons. You built this motherfucker up for 7 seasons. Like,
yeah,
everything he does is just on point. And then you do him dirty like that in Season 8, and you. Yeah, still not over that one. Yeah. You know, and it's hours of your life. You just, you know, it's like that movie I watched, Shrooms. Christ almighty, that is an hour and a half I will never get back.
Yeah, there's a few films like that.
Like,
some of them I've like banished. Like, I can't remember what film it was now. Like, genuinely, I put this film on, and I sat there. I gave it 10 minutes. I was like, I'll get another 10. Next thing I know, I'm 40 minutes in, and all I want to do is turn it off. But I'm there going, I'm halfway. I'm invested. I've got to finish it because maybe by a miracle.
There's another one called, I want to say it's called Black Sheep,
I actually enjoyed that.
where this person was just terrified of sheep, and for some reason they went onto a sheep farm.
And the sheep like eating people.
Yeah, like
And then at the end, one of them's fucking it.
What did he say?
yeah.
I watched him,
Oh dear.
and I'm just there going, okay.
Yeah.
Buried in sand with killer ants.
Yeah, arachnophobia. I forgot about that one.
See, I'm not scared of spiders, but them spiders are evil.
Yeah.
Alright. That one.
See, I think it'd be way more terrifying if it was just small spiders.
Like the little red ones.
And it was just one. Just one. Or like a couple of them. Not mass amounts of them. So it's like
Infiltrate.
it kind of like
destroy.
ups the terror a bit more, because it's not like a hulking mass of spiders coming at you.
Any spider could be that spider.
It's like that inconspicuous spider that's sat in the corner of the room, or do you know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be way more terrifying.
Yeah, just the one that's hiding on the door handle,
Yeah,
waiting for when you open it.
yeah, yeah,
But you're like swatting another spider on the table or something.
yeah. Like I don't know. I think that'd be
And then the camera, you could get it from the spider's perspective every so
oh my
often.
god, spider's
Like with
point
like
of
the
view.
whole proper like vision.
Yeah, oh,
It'd be
the
like,
8-eye vision.
And then back to like pan over and like pan from the spider across the room, like that's how far away. Dear Arachnophobia Rider, I think it was Steven Spielberg actually.
Oh god.
I would like to reboot with my idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's not a nest.
No, it's just
Two
like
spiders.
one or two spiders just
They've
fucking
come back.
causing absolute carnage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it'd be funny if you could somehow do it. Have you ever seen Tucker and Dale
Yeah.
versus Evil? It's a fantastic movie. It's an absolutely fantastic movie. I absolutely love it because it's so funny.
See, I've only watched it the once, but
It's so funny that these kids are just absolutely. It's great. It plays on all the stereotypes, which like it just works so well. But I think if you played it like that, where it was people are just so like these spiders are just like sort of swanning about, not doing anything, but people are so scared of them because they think they're going to kill people. Like they actually kill like themselves through stupid ways. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be quite funny. But speaking of like all these cryptids and creatures, can you remember any like sort of real life stories of creatures from your childhood? So, for instance, I grew up in a small village. You grew up in a small village. Big cat, Black Panther. Normally,
yeah.
it's normally there's a Black Panther swanning about. Be
'Cause we're in
careful.
the countryside as
Yeah.
well.
Had your kids, had your wife.
Yeah.
Don't go outside.
Yeah, like every so often there'd be like a news report like spotted
Yeah, and there'd always be some like grainy ass footage of just
Yeah.
like this black blur.
in a hedge.
Yeah, and you're like, that
it
could be anything.
a bin liner.
Yeah, it could be anything.
But no, and then like I mean I always remember going camping with my mates, and we're in like year 5, year 6. It was like we had a sleepover sort of thing, like, and we decided to camp out. And it gets to like 3 in the morning, and we're running back to this lad's house because we've just terrified each other with this.
Yeah,
The Black Panther. Have you heard and stuff? And it was like a spotted hit, and the next minute you're all just sat there like it's an hour later. You've just been terrified each other, like none of you are admitting, and all of a sudden you hear a crack, and you're all like, "Shall we go?"
yeah,
And you're gone,
yeah.
like gone. It's just that, like, I always remember that. And then I always remember, like, them circumstances where you could, like, you were with a mate and you took them somewhere they'd never... And
Yeah, you shit them up.
you could make up, like, the people that you're with are going to play along.
Yeah.
And I always remember one place, and we made up a story about dead miners and the ghosts.
Yeah.
And this lad, we got him good and proper. And
Yeah.
it got to the point, like, where he was near panic attack, and then two of us snuck up and threw the car window at him.
I remember it well, and I remember him.
He was crying.
I'm almost certain he died for like a second, like and then completely just sort of like rebooted himself.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember that. That was hilarious.
Because we made out like about like the scraping of the feet
Yeah.
and stuff, and like because the car park was gravel, like
Yeah.
a few of us were like,
Barry, this is like we live in like old villages, but this particular place is like a really old village.
Yeah.
It's
got
not
a
even
wood.
got a shop. Like
yeah,
it's just got a
a
pub.
wood, 2 reservoirs.
Yeah, a hermit's cave.
Graveyard.
A graveyard. Like this,
Like-
this place is just like
It's got everything. There's a tower.
insanely old, and so yeah, it was quite easy to just build the suspense and just, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's good, you know. I suppose it goes back to when your parents would tell you mad shit to get you to just behave.
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to do one when we were on holiday. Me and my sisters at night, he'd sit us around, and we're in Switzerland in like mountainous region, and from the view of where we are camping, sort of thing, in the caravan and everything, there's a mountain, there's a restaurant, well, there's a house with a flagpole, and it used to fly the Swiss flag, and my dad, being my dad, like to make us behave and stuff, and like go to bed and all that sort of stuff. He made up this story about a witch that lived in this house, and when the flag was down, it meant she was out, I think, and when the flag was up, she was in, or it was vice versa. And me and my sisters, like for the whole 3 weeks we were on holiday, be like looking up like, the witch is in, or the witch is out. We were terrified.
Yeah.
Like we genuinely like, and to this day now, I'm there like going, if I could remember the full stories, I could make a mint now, like just writing these little books. Like, but my dad just literally made them up.
Yeah.
And we were like, we genuinely every year when we used to go on holiday, you're like, oh, and you'd be like, and he'd be like, do this. And I always remember one year, one of my friends, his family came as well, and he had older brothers, and my dad's telling us the story, and the two brothers dress up as witches and sneak up behind me, my sisters, and my mate.
I bet you just died.
Oh my god! Like, it was literally like,
Yeah. Heart stopping for a quick
but they
sec.
had brooms as well, because obviously he used to sweep the awnings out. Oh my, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I always remember like walking over bridges. Like, there was one in Cornwall that we used to go over, and we used to go over this bridge to go get ice cream, and these ice creams were banging, like proper Cornish vanilla.
Yeah.
With like, you used to have a skittle on top,
Okay.
just randomly. And you used to have to go over this bridge that was from a river that went into the sea. And my dad used to always be like, don't talk with the troll under the bridge. You used to think there's a troll under the bridge. Like, for years. Then all of a sudden you get to that age where he's like, says it, and you're like, shut up. Like, all of a sudden you go,
You have no power here.
you can't fool me anymore. I know trolls aren't real. I look stupid at school asking the question. Like, miss, my dad said trolls live under the bridge. Are you right?
Yeah. Stupid boy.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? They don't.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
I've been terrified of walking over bridges. Like, I tiptoe over them, not to make a noise.
I remember one that's from the village we grew up in. There's a wood at the end of the end of this village, and supposedly, And I mean, to be fair, there is bits of it in the wood, so I suppose it is pretty true. But a German bomber came over during World War II, crash landed into this said wood, and didn't survive. And like his body just sort of like roams this wood, and you know what I mean, like terrifies anybody that goes in there. The problem is when you go in there and you actually do find like a gravestone and parts of metal and plane, you're like, ooh, okay, I might think about this one for a quick second.
Yeah, but there was that like ditchy thing
Yeah.
that looked like where the nose of a plane was.
Yeah.
So you used to always go to that area and be like, and you find like a can that's been there for years, so it faded. And you're like, oh, it's a bit of the plane. Like, oh my god.
But the thing is, with this
It'd be
wood,
like broken glass.
well, with this particular wood, and you'll know, there's rabbits everywhere, and you sometimes can't see the rabbits, but you can definitely hear the rabbits moving about, and that sounds like ghosts. So you hear that, and you're just like, and I'm gone, and then you just peg it, absolutely fly out of that area.
Or you just see something move, like it was just that either sound or movement. But so that said wood, I remember when we got older, we camped in there with my mates. I woke up terrified. Alright? There was like movement, and like it was like, what the hell? And you could see shadows going past the tent, like 'cause it was like daylight but not. And you're like, but also the tree shadows are up. I look up, there's I kid you not, a cow's head in
Oh my god.
and I'm like, and it's licking my mate's foot and then moves, and it's like, I was terrible.
I'd be so
like,
fucking freaked
It
out.
genuinely was like, is this real? And that was when you realise the farmer used to move the cows through the field, through the wood.
Yeah.
So from one field to the other, he was doing that, and like they just stumbled across our tents, and
Yeah.
no, that was like fear of tents. Like you could have a fucking jaguar, whatever, roaming about. Predator could be out there. No, that cow.
Yeah.
That cow.
Well, me and Becca decided we were going to be healthier, and so like we'd take the dog on sort of like bigger walks, and we took him to the country park just up the road, and obviously there's cows all at the front of it, sort of like as you sort of drive into it. They're just in the field, and we were walking around this lake, walked around the sort of the back end part of it near the front, and we just see this cow on the path, and we're like, that's strange. What's going on here? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
Why are you here?
and then it disappears. It literally just disappears. It just walks off, and it's gone. And you're like, fair enough. That must be it's either jumped over the fence, or it's
Just a rogue cow.
or it's there's a broken bit of fence. Then we heard it. We heard the calf mooing its absolute tits off, because it's like, where the fuck's my mom? Oh my god. And we were like, that must be like the cow. They've obviously been separated, and this cow's tried to get back. Yeah. We turn the corner, there's the cow. And we're like, and it's looking at us, and we're like, ooh. And there's me, there's Becca, and then there's Bruno, the Rottweiler.
Yeah.
All just sort of staring at this cow, and it's
Is it like the Dairy Lee cow?
it's not like a long way away. Like I can see the cow's eyes, but there's a good enough distance, that we can. It just charges at us, and me and Becca and the dog all just fucking shit it and just start running as fast as we can. I fall over, Becca falls over. We've had to let go of the dog because just run, Bruno, run for your goddamn life. You know what I mean?
It's a rogue cow.
And then like, as we fall over, I look back and I can just see this cow coming round the corner. I'm like, woo! You know? So I'm like, just like trying to get up, trying to get Becca up, and just like trying to run, and then it disappears again, and it's gone. And it's just like, what the fuck? So I've got a good friend that goes to Australia quite regularly. And when he comes back, he has some absolutely mad stories. He was telling me once about, he was just chilling on his bed, watching like YouTube or Netflix or, you know, whatever it was. Needed to plug his charger in. Yeah, simple process, bro, yeah?
Yeah.
Probably everybody does it most evenings, yeah? Mm-hmm. So he's sat on his bed. His switches are just down by the mat, like down below the mattress. Super easy to get to. Do you know what I mean? So he's there, just like trying to like fiddle it in because he's still watching the program. You know what I mean? He's doing it blind. Yeah. And he's like, I just couldn't get it in, couldn't get the cable in. And then he went. So I looked down, and he said that's when his soul left his body for a quick minute, because he said it was just the biggest huntsman spider he had ever seen in his life. Now, huntsman spiders do grow to an absolute phenomenal size of like frying pans and saucer lids and stuff, and you're like, yike. And he was just like, something made me look down there. Do you know what I mean? Like, to see this thing. And he said it was fucking terrifying, and he screamed and jumped out of bed and like pulled all the quilt covers off and the mattress, and this thing was just there, like, yo, I'm here, boy. His mate come running in like, you alright? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, okay. I can see your problem. He was like, do not hit that. Whatever you do not hit that with a broom or anything, or a shoe or anything. He said, because what will happen will be the end of this house, essentially. I was like, what? What do you mean? He was like, well, that was a female huntsman. Yeah. And not only was it a female huntsman, it was a pregnant female huntsman. So that's why it looks so big, because it just had like hundreds of eggs on the back of it. Now, if you were to hit that,
they hatch.
You would kill the spider, but all the hundreds of eggs on the back of the thing would just explode, and you would have hundreds of spiders.
Spider-geddon.
Tiny spiders just swanning everywhere.
Until next time, thank you for listening. A comment, like or share really helps us out, and we would love to hear your stories and thoughts in the comments section below.